Also, I know that doesn't sound anything close to our theme song. In my head, it sounds very close to it. And I love wearing our theme colors. I feel like Ian should also join me in this. It's 9 minutes past 8 a.m. Welcome to the third hour of K24 Alfajiri. Good morning to you. In case you've just joined us, this is a very good time to start talking about breakfast and food and everything else. So today we're going to be focusing on vegan. Yes. Are you a vegetarian? Are you thinking of becoming a vegan? What do you need to know? What are some of the meal ideas that you need to have? Let's talk about that right now on Alfajiri Kitchen. Joining me now is my guest from Back to Nature. Good morning.
Good morning.
So, what are your names?
Virginia Nyaga.
Virginia, welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
So what are we're going to be focusing on vegan. Are you vegan?
Yes, I am. Okay. Yeah.
So for how long?
For about a year now, over a year.
Yeah. Why did you decide to, cut out meat from the diet?
Well, I got to research a lot about what meat and animal products do to the body. And having had a number of my family members and friends struggle with these non-communicable diseases like diabetes and cancer and all that stuff, and meat and animal products tend to have an association to that. And I've also had like many issues with my digestive system over many years, like since I was in primary school pretty much. So I had stomach ulcers and all that kind of stuff. So I decided that, why do I need to wait until I get to that point where things are really bad, or can I just make the changes now? So I actually went through, like with Back to Nature, we do a lot of juicing. So I went through like a 30-day juice feast. And after that, I decided, I've cleansed my body. I'm a new being. I feel like a newborn baby. Why should I then go back to eating the same stuff that I was eating before that was making me unwell? So that's when I decided, that's it. I'm transitioning into a vegetarian, then vegan diet.
Was it difficult?
No.
No?
See, for me, because I'm that kind of, A-type personalities, when I decide to do something, I just do it. So, no, it wasn't really that difficult. It was more just understanding and getting ideas on what kind of foods that I can eat.
Oh, you went cold turkey.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I cannot do that. I cannot do that. Now, if you love meat, this is probably something that might be really difficult for you to get into or get involved with, because you just don't see yourself kicking meat out of your diet. Now, for a lot of people who get, who want to get into, who want to be vegetarian, they struggle with knowing what is right to eat, because where's the protein, where's this, where's that? That's always the, the question that a lot of people get. So how did you then research to ensure that you're having a balanced diet?
So first of all, the whole thing that vegetables have no protein is a myth. They actually do have protein, but there's also supplements that you can take, like natural supplements like spirulina, that have a lot of protein in them. So when I was looking at what I can eat, basically it was, as long as I make sure that I have all the different types of vegetables, starting from herbs to legumes to, like the beans and all that stuff, to nuts, the vegetables, the green vegetables, fruits, all that stuff, my diet is pretty much covered. And then you can always supplement every now and then, because your body will tell you when something is missing.
You were referencing Back to Nature. What is that? Is it a movement?
Yes.
Is it a group? Okay.
Yes, so Back to Nature is a movement. Actually, you had joined us a few months ago when we were doing the juicing challenge.
We were doing a juicing challenge. We did it for a week. That was very hard. That was very, very hard. Because I was supporting my then friend, the late Janet Kanini. So she's the one who convinced me for days to do it. And I didn't think I had it in me. And then until when I was done. So it was, a juicing thing we were trying out. And we loved it so much that I did it for a while. I still juice once in a while till now.
So that's what we are all about with Back to Nature, is to inspire people to adopt that more natural, holistic lifestyle. So it's bringing in that goodness, that Mother Nature back into your diet.
Which is very important.
It's very important.
There are a lot of wrong decisions we're making in terms of our lifestyle. People are drinking more, people are smoking more, people are taking drugs more.
Absolutely.
So it's really, really difficult for people to maintain their healthy lifestyle if they're not going to have healthy options to eat.
Yeah.
So what are we going to be making today, Virginia?
Well, today I've actually just decided to go for, you know, there are many people who say they just don't have time to cook, you know, they want those fast foods. Here's your answer. And it's going to be healthy, it's going to be nutritious, and it's interesting and fun. So what I've done here is I actually have two versions of pasta. So you have the normal spaghetti or, you know, pasta like that.
Yeah, because this is pasta.
This normal pasta.
Macaroni pasta.
Yes. The other option is if you're gluten intolerant, you can't have wheat, then there's an option of actually making your pasta from vegetables like zucchini using what we call the spiralizer. Yeah, so this just creates like spirals that look like spaghetti that you can then have that with a kind of sauce. So we have like, this time we have a pesto sauce that we're going to put in both of them. If you're vegetarian, you know, vegetarians do still eat some either animal products or, you know, the byproducts of the, you know, animal things, you know, like eggs and dairy and all that stuff. So if you're vegetarian, there's options of having cheese. If not, then obviously cheese is out for vegans. We actually have vegan options for cheese. They're actually vegan cheeses that you can use in this recipe as well.
What's the difference between vegan and vegetarian for the interest of our viewers?
So vegans don't eat any animal products at all. Yeah. Vegetarians, actually there's quite a number of different types of vegetarians. Yeah. And vegetarians do eat some animal products. For example, like you can have the pescatarians who eat fish, but they're vegetarians. You have the, you know, the ovo who have eggs. You have the lacto-vegetarians who have dairy, you know, that kind of stuff. So there's different kinds of vegetarians, and it just depends on what you feel your body needs. So a lot of people will have fish because they think you can't get omega-3 from any other source other than fish, you know, but not necessarily true. You can get omega-3 from plant-based foods.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now that we know the difference, we can now get started. How did you make the pesto?
So the pesto has these ingredients here. So this is actually a mango pesto. So it has a bit of basil. It has some mango, obviously, some lemon. And then it also has, so after I've spiralized, this is a zucchini. Once it has been spiralized, that is taken through this little swishy gadget over here. We've added whatever was left over from the spiralizing into the pesto sauce as well.
All right, so how do you use that?
How do you use this? Let me show you really quickly.
Yeah.
So you just cut the tips off the zucchini. By the way, when you're having a vegan diet, it is recommended that you use organic produce. If you don't use organic produce, then you need to peel the skin. This one is organic. Okay. So that means that it has not been grown with any chemicals, and you know it's more safe for us to eat like that.
Yeah. So and there are some organic farmers in the country, so you don't have to.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes. Yes. So let me just show you real quick how to do this. So you just need to get a plate in front of it so you don't end up with it on the table. Then you just get it into the spiralizer like that. And all you do is turn it. And on the other side, you get the spirals. So it's pretty simple.
What else can you do this with?
You can do all sorts of vegetables. You can do carrots, you can do potatoes, you can do cabbage, even fruits like apples,
like
all that stuff. Nice. Yeah, so you can also go and cook this, or you can eat it raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, whichever way
you prefer.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
So there you go. So all of 2 seconds, you have your meal.
You have your pasta.
You have your pasta.
Zucchini pasta.
Your zucchini
and it's
pasta.
Healthy.
Exactly. So there you go. So this is now, like what I was saying, there was a leftover. That's what I added to the pesto sauce.
Yeah.
So there you have it. And that looks like pasta.
Yes, it actually does look like pasta. All right. And then that's now what you blended. Okay, fantastic. And then that's what you have, which
And that's what,
actually that looks...
yes, exactly. So that's what we have here, but I've just chopped this up a little bit because the others they're very stringy and long, and you know the way you can end up with all the sauce on your clothes.
Yeah.
So I just
you
chopped
don't
it
want
up
that.
a little
They
bit.
always say you never have pasta on your first date. This includes zucchini pasta.
That
Don't do that.
especially includes zucchini pasta.
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's messy. It's messy.
Yeah. So
Okay.
let's see. So now we have the normal pasta. We'll just pour in some of the pesto.
Yes.
Just mix it in a bit.
So this pesto doesn't have any garlic or ginger or...
Oh, actually, no, it does have garlic.
Oh,
But you can also put ginger. You see the beauty of this kind of food, especially when it's raw.
Yeah.
You can eat it. You can eat any kinds of vegetables in it,
Yeah.
and it's still nutritious. It's still good for you and all that stuff.
Yeah, so it's
So-
just up to you to add whatever it is that you want.
Whatever it is that you want.
Yeah.
So this one, I'm actually doing it like as a cold salad kind of thing.
Yeah.
You can also add some cherry tomatoes, just to add some color to it.
And you can also add your normal tomatoes too. Just cut them in small portions.
Just any tomatoes will be fine.
Yeah.
And then we'll pour some of that into our plate here.
Yes.
Oh, it's getting a bit messy. And then we can do the same thing. So actually what I've done, there's actually a slight difference between that pesto and that pesto.
Okay.
This one is a little bit sweeter.
Okay.
I've added like a tablespoon of honey in it. Yeah, so
Okay.
makes it a bit...
Why? Because of the...
Just to make it
zucchini
interesting.
taste? Oh, okay.
Just to, no, actually this is going to be exactly the same. It's going to be exactly fine because it has some mango in it. So it's going to taste quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where do we classify honey?
Well, some people do say that it's an animal product.
Where does it fall under?
Yeah, so there are vegans who don't eat honey at all.
Yeah.
And they use other sweeteners like agave nectar, or they use, let me just put some of this in here. They use other things like stevia and all that kind of stuff. So there's other sweeteners that you can use that are probably not what we call animal-based.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Is it expensive?
to eat vegetables?
Is it more, is it less expensive?
I would say it's
eat
less
veg-
expensive.
Okay.
The only thing that might be more expensive, although not really, because like one of the meat alternatives you can have is soy-based stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can have like the, oh, you want more?
I haven't even tasted it. I'm just like, I'm like one of those people who add salt before you taste the food.
Right.
Which is terrible. All right.
So you can have like all these soy-based things like tofu and soy meat and that kind of stuff that is also high in protein.
Yeah.
So I'm just doing this to kind of just garnish it a bit.
It's already green.
I know.
Like,
I'm just trying to, let's
green.
add more green. Why not?
Yes, why not? Why not?
Why not?
Get as much.
So there you go.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So since I am
So
not
simple. How
vegan
quick
or
was that?
vegetarian, that was very fast. That takes short amounts of time.
Yes.
So I'm gonna add cheese
Yep.
because I.
Because you are not vegetarian or
No, I'm
vegan
not.
rather.
So there we go. I've added. So there's a twist that wasn't there.
So
But she brought the cheese.
That's now where you eat it and I stay very far away from it. What do you
It's
think?
al dente. This is great.
It's good?
It's very light too. The pesto is very light.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about mostly vegetarian food also. You know the way sometimes you eat and you feel like you're so heavy and you just want to sleep almost immediately?
Yeah.
I can eat like a whole, okay, maybe not that one, but I can eat a whole bowl of that and feel nothing. Like I'll be full, but I won't be full, like I want to go to bed immediately. Yeah, and you can literally like get up and go running the next 2 seconds.
So do you try to get your friends on this?
Well, yeah, I do. The key word here is try. I have a few people who have adopted a more vegan or at least vegetarian lifestyle because they can see the value. We all know that even our ancestors used to eat more vegetables than meat, and that's how we were able to actually stay healthier for longer.
Yeah.
So it's a good idea to actually have more plant-based foods.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so time now to taste the zucchini pasta. I've never had a zucchini pasta, but I've seen it as healthy options for children, if you go to work, you can pack this for your husband, sorry, you don't want him to eat junk, or even yourself, or even your kids, you pack this for them for lunch.
Yeah.
But then I didn't know about the spiral machine. They didn't show that bit on YouTube.
They left that part out. How is it?
It's very sweet. It
Well,
tastes
that's
like a fruit.
What, the zucchini?
No, the pesto.
Okay. The pesto, yes,
Very
because
fruity.
it has that one. Yeah, so you can now, because of the honey, the mango flavor comes out a lot more. So it's a lot sweeter than the other one.
It tastes more like a dessert-ish than a meal. Does that
Really?
make any sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. A
It's just
dessert
like-
pasta.
Yeah, it tastes like something you should have after you eat your main meal,
Yeah.
or as a starter.
Not as the main meal.
No, it
But
can be
that
a main meal.
it is the main meal.
Yeah, I know. It's very healthy. I feel very healthy, people. After TACID, I should have exercised, and then this is what I should have done next. This is really, really good. So how can people get a hold of you? Are you going to write a book? This would be
Yes,
great.
eventually, yes, because I'm a vegan, and I've actually started a YouTube channel to show Kenyans and Africans how we can have more plant-based foods that are actually locally available. So you can actually reach us either on backtonature.com, or you can reach us on 0799 214 714. She can't talk now. She's
so
eating. She
That's
can't
so
talk. She
true.
can't speak to a full mouth. Huh?
No, I can't. Anyway, but thank you so much for coming through. This is
Thank
really,
you
really
so
nice.
much.
Good job and well done.
Thank you.
And maybe I'll join you on this journey one time.
What do you mean one time?
Another-
This is a lifestyle change.
I should have done this like you, just like that today.
Just like
Well, that can't happen.
No, not really. No, just do it slowly. Take one step at a time. See,
Yeah.
like, just start adding more plant-based foods and see how you feel every time you add one more thing, one more thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, like I always eat with avocado. You know what?
Avocado is the best.
It's the best.
It's the best. I can eat
Yeah.
avocado with anything.
Exactly. So that's what I'm already doing. So thank you so much for coming.